Hello, my name is Tony Neumeyer. I'm the author of the book, The 7-Minute Millionaire, How to Think Yourself Rich, and the founder of the Millionaire Academy. Now, I want to just talk to you a little bit about something that you may not have thought about. It's constructive and destructive behaviors. Do you ever think about whether what you're doing each day is constructive or destructive to you? Now, in a broad term, this might mean something physically, or it could be toward the life that you're wanting to create. For some strange reason, destructive just seems to be easier. You know, like eating poorly. Some of those ads on TV make snacks or supersizing meals look so good. You know, those destructive behaviors are just simple to fall into. And that's what we do. We fall into them. They happen rather than we make them happen. But are they destructive to your well-being? And this is what you want to ask yourself on a regular basis. What other choices do I have? Would be another question to ask as well. Now, what are the habits that you have currently? Are they constructive or destructive? Again, most of the habits that we think about, and I use the word habits, when we think about them are typically bad. But you also probably have some good habits too. Like, what about brushing your teeth? Now, there's a good habit. Of course, if you didn't brush your teeth for a while, the consequences be fairly quick to rise up. You know, bad breath, awful feeling mouth, teeth fall out after a while. These are consequences of a poor habit choice. Now, the thing that most people don't go about doing is creating their habits. They just happen, as I said, over time. They sort of just come into being, but not on purpose, just as happenstance. But what about purposefully creating constructive habits? Now, you can do this. In fact, you can create all sorts of powerful and constructive habits. Part of my teachings revolve around creating constructive habits. I know this is possible. I've done it for years. I've helped people do it. I've worked with people that do it on a consistent basis. I've seen people quit smoking and forever. I've seen people lose weight and keep it off simply by creating these proper habits. Now, you can go from poor to rich, like me. I've done this using habits, habits of success. There are different ways to create new habits. Now, you can start small. You can make one small change at a time. Build upon that change with another change. And that's a very powerful and useful approach for a lot of people. It works because people find it easy to make a small change a little bit at a time, exponentially building upon one success after another. It's like what I've talked about previously in living exponentially, building upon one success after another. Another approach is sort of the cold turkey approach. Sort of that brute force. You're just going to do it. You take charge. You're disciplined. It can almost be a 12-step approach that some alcoholics or other compulsive people may use as well. Now, none of these is wrong, and you should do whatever works for you to create the habits that you want to create, and actually rid yourself of those habits that are the ones that are destructive. Thus said, I prefer and believe in something that I have seen takes less brute force. My approach is hugely powerful because you're actually starting at the root of where the belief lies, in your mind. Habits exist in the subconscious. My approach, you actually take your subconscious and reprogram it. The subconscious is very powerful. It's where all of your dreams are created. The subconscious is what moves you toward what the conscious thinks about. So, to create a new habit in the simplest way possible, you must reprogram the subconscious. Now, no matter what course or action you take to accomplish this, this is really what you were doing in the end result anyway. So what I do is I start with the idea of programming the subconscious right from the outset. Now, what do you want to program it with? Are you trying to quit smoking? Are you trying to become fit? Now, before you just decide, think about it. Picture yourself there. What can you grasp most vividly and what do you want the most? What I do, And what I do with people when I work with them is I help them create what I call PPMs, or personal programming messages. These are clear instructions and visions that you're actually wanting to create. And you're actually creating them and planting them and programming your subconscious mind with your PPMs to manifest them in your conscious and in your physical self. Now, as I said, if you want to be a non-smoker, you want to be more thin, maybe you want to be a more patient person, all of these are doable through creating these successful habits. Now, you can create power habits of success. What is a power habit of success? Well, simply, it's a habit that moves you consistently toward the life that you have pictured for yourself in your conscious mind. That's the life that you've dreamt about and you've always wanted. The truth is that using your subconscious programming, you can create whatever you want in your life. Now, I know this works. As many of you know, I've come from a devastating bankruptcy using this idea to create what I have today. I've worked with others to help them create their lives and create fortunes for themselves as well. So this is extremely powerful. And I can just say, start with a simple question each day. Was what I did today constructive or destructive to what I want to be and where I want to be in my life? Is this what I want to create? As you analyze your answers, you can decide to make changes. You can decide whether you want to reprogram your subconscious using PPMs or through small gradual changes or by brute force. Decide if you want to reprogram those old destructive behaviors to have them become constructive behaviors. Power habits of success, as I said. Something that moves you toward what it is you want to accomplish in your life. And what you'll find by using my PPM method is that changes begin to happen quickly. You can and likely will see changes happening in your life in 30 days or less. And as this happens, you're going to start to feel powerful. Start to feel that you can accomplish whatever it is that you set out to accomplish. Starting to feel that you can actually achieve the life it is that you want to achieve. Because you can. You really can create the life as you see it, as you envision it, as you want it. Just remember to ask yourself daily, is what I'm doing constructive or destructive? And when you do, you'll be on the road to truly living rich.